Welcome back, Super Nintendo collectors. Alex here with another video. I hope you're well, guys. Now, I'm really sorry that this video's got out so late, but what with revival and what with work, I've just been so busy. It's really late getting out. I do apologise for that, but here we are. It doesn't matter. I'm going to read off all of the names that entered into, what was it, 3 weeks ago now, the competition for Contra 3, the Alien Wars, or Super Protector, which we'll get into a little bit later in the video. But first off, I've got to change the name of this series. We can't call this Super Nintendo collecting anymore because, of course, we are collecting for the Megadrive as well. And I'm in two minds whether to include the PC Engine as well. I know it's 8-bit, but I've built up this little collection of PC Engine games. I'm going to be carry on collecting for the PC Engine. I'm not quite sure. Tell me in the comments below whether you think I should include the PC Engine into the sort of 16-bit collecting videos. Yeah, there's a name for it. 16-bit collecting? I don't know. I don't know what to call it, guys. What do you reckon? I can't call it Megadrive because obviously some weeks we'll have Super Nintendo games that we'll be reviewing that we've played within the Megadrive stuff that we'll be showing. So it has to be 16-bit wars. Can it be 16-bit wars? Because I'm not really going to be judging, I'm not going to be picking a game, I don't know, for example, Alien 3 on the Super Nintendo and comparing it with the Mega Drive version. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to be picking a game each week for us to play and then review it at the end of it. So I think maybe, I don't know, the art of 16-bit, I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, guys. I really appreciate it. Come up with a name for this series, but for now we'll call it, I don't know, 16-bit collect. Okay, this is the name of this video, 16-bit collect. Okay, so there we go. So what's been happening? Pickups. But before we get into the game and everything else, we're going to do pickups, which I normally always do. And as you can hear in the background is a game that was recommended to me by Roger Cantor, and I picked this up on eBay for about, I think it was about 60 quid, and it's a Japanese version of Elemental Master. Now, for those of you who haven't got this, it is a vertical shooter where you can shoot up and down, but not side to side. And as far as I know, that is it. I don't think there's any power-ups for this game whatsoever. It's extremely fast-paced. It's extremely hard, Roger. But it is really cool, but I don't last long in it at all. I mean, this game should have been an arcade game, or maybe it was, I don't know. But as you can see, it's really, really fast-paced. Got some fantastic sound effects in it. I've reached the end of level 1, got to the end of level boss and just got totally annihilated. And there's no select for difficulty, so you're just stuck with one difficulty level. It is really, really hard, but it's really cool. So yeah, that was my first pickup for the Mega Drive, Elemental Master. It's got some cool box art. There you go. Did this come out on Power Regions? I do not know. I've got no idea. I should really research this a little bit more. But it's got manual in there as well. So really chuffed to get that. Thanks, Roger. So that was one of my first pickups. Now, I've been going on Facebook a lot on Spock and various other sites other than eBay looking for bargains. And I saw this guy not far from me up the road, about 20 minutes drive. He had a Sega Mega Drive boxed with about, I don't know, how many games are there? There's about 8 games for 50 quid. I haven't got a boxed Mega Drive, so I thought I've got to grab this. So, met him in a car park, supermarket car park, and he was really cool. He was there with his missus, and he just came up to her, I hope it's going to a good home. I said, yes, mate, I absolutely love all these 16-bit consoles. And I've just started collecting for the Mega Drive. So yes, it is going to a good home. I'm going to really look after it. So I got this 50 quid boxed. Now I don't know what they go for boxed. I would imagine 50 quid is a good price. Super Nintendo boxed, they go for about 100, 150 pounds depending on the condition. I'm not sure on the market for Mega Drives, but it's not in bad condition. It's had some wear, but he said he's had it since new. So, you know, it's one owner, which is really nice to hear. So we open it up, and this brings back a lot of nostalgia. I remember my brother getting this for Christmas, and been taking the mickey out of him, saying it ain't nowhere near as good as a Super Nintendo. So it comes with the cardboard box lid, and there it is, the console itself with the power pack and the control pad. So it's in pretty good nick. I've already fired it up. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the Mega Drive as a console or Super Nintendo? Of course it's black, it's got that sort of, I don't know, more adult theme to it, I think, adult look to it. It looks a little bit more sophisticated than the Super Nintendo, with the volume control here and speaker output so you can plug in your headphones. But it is a really cool console. But yeah, still my love for Super Nintendo, still better. So yeah, that's really cool. Glad to get that. It's nice to have a box Mega Drive in the collection. And with that came a whole bunch of games. Look at that. So first up, these are not in great condition though, guys. First up was Street Fighter Special Champions Edition. Now, the Super Nintendo, I'm pretty much sure that the Street Fighter came out on the Super Nintendo way before the Mega Drive. I don't know in the timeline of things when this came out on the Mega Drive, but I imagine it was probably about a year later. It's not in bad condition, it's got the manual, it's got a little bit of crease there where that little fold is, which is always annoying. But still really cool to have that on the Mega Drive. It can't play as well as the Super Nintendo, it just can't. For starters, I've only got 3 buttons, so I need to get another pad. So that game must have come out when they introduced the new pad, it must have done. Next up is Aladdin. Now I've already got Aladdin. Where is it? I've got the Japanese version somewhere. Here. Which I picked up at Revival. I actually prefer the PAL sleeve cover. As you can see, it's got a border around the Japanese version. And I just prefer the PAL box art, to be honest with you. So I don't know what I'm going to be collecting now, because I've got half Japanese, half PAL games. Just have to see how it goes. But still, cool to get this. Apparently it's better than the Super Nintendo version. I'll be the judge of that. I'll be the judge of that. So yeah, Aladdin was another one. This is a really tatty example of Mega Games 2. It's got Golden Axe on there, Streets of Rage and Shinobi. Now I've already got Streets of Rage loose. Golden Axe I haven't got, and I know that was a favourite of my brother's. He actually finished that back in the day, which is cool. And Shinobi I've never played. Doesn't have any instructions. I'll probably update this down the line, but still, as part of the package, I think it's really cool. It just gets me playing the games. Really cool to get that. And next up is Batman Returns. Now, I did actually play this the other day. It's not like the Super Nintendo version, is it? Bloody hell, this couldn't have been by Konami, because it's completely different. It's like a really naff platformer. No manual. Just nowhere near as good as a Super Nintendo version. Nowhere near. What were they thinking when they made that? But it's nothing like it. But still cool to get. Crew Ball, which is a virtual pinball game with Motley Crue soundtrack, which is really, really cool because I absolutely love Motley Crue. And it's got the soundtracks on there, Dr. Feelgood, Home Sweet Home and Live Wire. Live Wire is just an absolute classic tune. I do like my pinball games, so I'd be interested to see that. I think that's Tommy Lee on the back there, is it? Or is that Nicky Six? But yeah, that's really cool to get in the bundle. This is a great bundle for 50 quid. The only games I'm not happy with, I'll show you in a minute. That's Sonic, which is really faded. I've already got a copy of Sonic. And as you can see, if you're going to pick up a Sonic, that's what it should look like. This one is completely faded. You see, it's got a bit of pink graphics going on here. And look at the back, completely faded. So that's been sitting in the sun for ages. So just going to move that on. Instructions are really tatty as well. But still, it's part of the bundle. I think the console itself alone is well worth it. And next up is games I have no interest in whatsoever. FIFA Soccer, FIFA 95, FIFA 96 and FIFA 97. I just don't get it. I don't get football at all. It's a push game. All these football players dancing around the pitch, falling over. Oh, he touched me. Oh, he hurt me. You know, get up. Get up. You know, it's not like rugby. You know, punch the bloke in the face, grab the ball and run down the pitch. You know, so much better game, honestly. But maybe that's because I'm from Twickenham originally. So I'm naturally going to be a rugby fan. Yeah, I've never got into football. Both my brothers are really into football and would love this, because I know my brother used to play Football Manager on the Specky. Used to take over my Spectrum for hours playing that game, and I used to hate it, absolutely hate it, because it was my computer. And he'd say, is it alright if I just play Football Manager? I'd say, yeah. 2-3 hours later, he's still on it, and this is a boring game. I couldn't get him off it, could not get him off it. But yeah, FIFA games, if you like football, I don't know whether I'm going to be keeping these or not. Probably not. I don't see why I want to keep them. So anyway, yeah, that was part of the Megadrive bundle, which I think was awesome for 50 quid. I think that's where it's at, getting the bundles, guys. And I've got one more pickup to show you, which is Subterranean. Now, this was on eBay, 40 quid, sealed, never been opened. I think they must have a load of stock of these, NOS stock somewhere, because that's really unusual to get a NOS game sealed for 50 quid. So it's brand new, it's never opened, and I've been playing it a little bit and I absolutely love it. It's very similar to Thrust, or what was the NES game? Is it Solar Jet Man? I can't remember. But it's very similar to Asteroid, Solar Jet Man, that kind of, it's got that inertia, that kind of the gravity pulling you down. It's got loads of really cool missions going for. It's all set in cabins. So, you know, you've got to be really careful how you negotiate through the caverns, kill the bosses off, rescue the people and get out. It's a really cool game. And guys, we'll be talking a little bit more about this at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. So yeah. Oh, another pickup I got was a Super Nintendo game, Turrican 2. I picked that up and I had to send it straight back, guys, because it turned out it was hacked. So I paid 90 quid for this game, and normally it's about 150. To get a boxed Super Turrican 2, you're looking at about 400 to 500 quid. So it's a game I've been after for ages. It's really expensive. This turned up, and as you can see from the pictures, it's been hacked. There's wires going off everywhere. They've taped up the EPROMs and obviously reburnt Turrican onto a cheaper PCB, a more common PCB. So always check your games, guys. I did do a video on it, but I accidentally deleted it. So I opened it up, looked inside, and straight away I knew. I had to just check with a couple of people first, though, just to make sure. And the bloke was fine, actually. He just said, send it back and I'll reimburse you money, which he did. I don't think he realised. Maybe not a big collector like we are. Some people just don't, do they? Just don't check. So that was a shame. So I was really looking forward to playing that. Well, I did play it on that and it played perfectly fine. But, you know, when it's listed as original, you know, it's got to be original, you know. Because if you want to resell it down the line, you're never going to get your money back. So that was sent back. So yeah, that's all my pickups, guys, for this week. But what I want to do going forward in the videos is I'm going to give you a little giveaway prize. It's not really a competition. I'm going to do similar thing that like Mr. Bad's Gaming does. So basically, if you all write in with a question, doesn't matter what it's about. I would prefer if it was gaming related, but you can ask me any questions if you like. What I'm going to do with all the questions that you've all sent me, put them all into a hat, and whoever's name is pulled out of the hat gets to win a lovely ASCII arcade stick for the Super Nintendo. Now this arcade stick I used for quite a long time before I got my Sheikah arcade sticks, and once you've used them you can never go back. So I don't need 3 arcade sticks for Super Nintendo. So I'm quite happy to give this away to one of the viewers here that's enjoying these videos and playing the games. So all you got to do, guys, is send me a question. Can be about anything, but I prefer gaming related, or about my hobby, or about my arcade, anything really. Anything. Snes games, Megadrive, my arcades, whatever you want to ask me, send it to my email address, which I'll put in this video below. I'll put a link in the video below, nintendoarcade@yahoo.com, or you can just ask a question in the comments below, or you can send it to my Facebook page, which is Ninty Arcade, and all names will be drawn out of the hat in 2 weeks' time. Okay, so that's really, really cool. Do you want to see it? If you want to see it, I'll show you it. It's been well looked after. Still got all the packaging in here. It's well looked after, guys, and it's a really cool arcade stick. I used it for quite a long time. So there it is. Got a nice responsive joystick. Okay, and they're sort of like Neo Geo buttons, really. Nice tappy buttons. You've got turbo on there. Select and start buttons. Yeah, it's quite light, but it sits really well, and yeah, it's a fantastic arcade stick. For my mind, it's better than the official Nintendo arcade stick for Super Nintendo. This is of course a third-party one, but you know, this company made arcade sticks for the NES as well, and probably other consoles. So yeah, it is a cool arcade stick. So get asking your questions, guys, and you could possibly win that. And I might be doing that every month or so. I might be giving something away. It won't always be, you know, something as special as that. It might be just a game. It might be a load of FIFA games. But it will be a little something to give away to the community, because I'm like that, you know. I don't like this stuff here. I've got loads of stuff I need to sell, but you know what, I'd rather give it to you guys just as a little gift, a little something. So yeah. So moving on, let's have a little sip of my Coke. I picked up a load of Snes games actually, but I'll save that for another video. So game of the week, last week's game, Contra 3 or Super Protector on Power Region. Now, you can play in this competition Power Region. A lot of people have asked me, is what region does it matter? It doesn't, as long as you're playing. So you can play PAL, Japanese, American, it doesn't matter. You can play on the DS. You've got Contra on the DS, you could have played it on that, it doesn't matter. You can play on emulation as long as you're playing, and you're not cheating. No continues, that's the whole idea. So yeah, a lot of people entered this competition. God, 22 people. Oh my God, that's the most amount so far. And I would guess a lot of people have actually got this game in their collection, and that's what worries me going forward, is actually picking games that are a little bit more obscure, which I'm gonna have to do, guys. I can't just stick to, you know, the best games that came out for the system. I'm gonna pick some really obscure games to play, just so we can get to play them and see what they're like. And I want your opinions on the games as well. You can, if you don't want to enter, just send me your opinions on the game, would be nice, and I'll read that out. But if you have played the game, just tell me what you thought about it, and I'll read that out as well. So Contra 3 came out same year as Axlo. I think it was about 91. Where is it? Where's the box? I haven't got it to hand. Typical me. I did have it to hand, and now it's gone. Anyway, I'm so unorganised. I can't even see where it is now. But anyway, it's got some fantastic box art. And as soon as you start off in that game, the music is kick-ass. You know straight away from the get-go that Contra 3 is going to kick your ass, because the music is pumping all the way through that first level. And you've got a selection of weapons. You've got the C weapon, you've got laser, you've got the normal machine gun, you've got bomb, you've got heat seekers. And in the beginning of the game, I was using the heat-seeking missiles. I just found it easier. But I didn't realise when you get to the end of level bosses, it's so much easier destroying them if you've got a laser or the C weapon. So thanks for the tip there, Jay. I swapped after about a week over to the C weapon, and it was amazing. I wasn't that keen on the laser gun, to be honest with you, because when you fired it, there's like little gaps in it where the enemies could sort of get through. I much prefer the C weapon. And that first end of level boss, the mutant turtle crashing through the doors, C weapon totally annihilated it in seconds. One bomb, loads of that, and it's out really quickly. And you know, it's just amazing. The graphics in this game are absolutely incredible, and the variety of enemies is so varied. There's so much, just keeps you interested all the time. And then you get onto level 2, and you've got that mode 7 effect, the top-down effect that a lot of people don't actually like. I really like it. It's really cool. Not a lot of people know that you can actually lay down on that level. You can lay down, let the bullets go over the top of you, which is quite cool. Imagine that's really handy on the harder levels. You've got the end of level boss that spins around like a big spider. Again, if you've got a C weapon or laser, you can annihilate that pretty quickly. And then it's on to level 3, which is, well, you sort of, a lot of the time, you're sort of hanging on to girders. And it's the first time you get the flamethrower weapon, which is brilliant for getting rid of those dragonflies, those flying creatures. You've got some weird round robots that look like little curled up wood lice that come out with little guns. You can blow them up with the guns, or you'll use the flamethrower as well for that. And again, what I liked about the game, so many little mini bosses in between. You've got that boss when you're going up the side of the wall that's trying to crush you. That was really cool. And again, the end of level bosses on this are just, the imagination is unbelievable. Whoever got to the end of that level, I think most people got stuck on the end of level 3 because you've got the 2 robots at the bottom in that room, and you've literally got to keep working your way around the room as they're shooting you. It's quite hard, but if you're patient enough, just stick with it, you can kill them off really quickly, especially with the C weapon or the laser. And then the big boss crashes through, the one you see on the box art, it crashes through. And again, just keep working your way around. Couple of bombs, C weapon, and he's dead. That took me about a week to do that. It really did. I couldn't work it out for ages until Jay, thank you Jay, telling me you must use the other weapons. And then of course the next level, the motorbike level, I didn't get far in that at all. And then I obviously had Revival. I couldn't play that much, I only played for a week. But man, what a fantastic game. And since then, I've been looking on YouTube and I've followed some really long walkthroughs, and it's incredible. I didn't realise there was that many levels, actually. So many levels. A lot of people say it's quite a short game, but bloody, it's rock hard, guys. And, you know, when you're playing for a high score challenge, it's quite frustrating because you're trying to get to where you last got, where you last died, with as many lives as you can get to gather up together. And I just found it, you know, frustrating when you lose a life on the first level with a stupid mistake. I literally had to turn it off and start up again. So frustrating, but what a game. Absolutely brilliant game, it really was. And, you know, one of the best Super Nintendo games out there, without a doubt. So, I'm just going to have a look in Super Play here. It doesn't really say much about Contra, really. This is issue 2. I'll have to look through my other Super Plays just to see if they did a bigger article on the game. But they hardly mention it. It's only got a quarter of a page, and it got 90% Super Protector. So maybe they've done a review of Contra 3 Alien Wars. But they gave graphics 91, sound 93, gameplay 92, game life 88. I guess that's because I think there's only 5 or 6 levels. But yeah, what a game, guys. What a fantastic game. It really was. $44.99 when this came out. Absolutely unbelievable. And this would have been, what, 91, I reckon. It must have been 91. But yeah, absolutely brilliant game. I'm sure all of those that played enjoyed it. And there's some fantastic scores, which I'm going to read out now. 22 players, guys. Starting at the bottom, and it doesn't matter if at the bottom you played. Okay, that's the main thing. You're playing the game. They're not stuck on your shelf. You're playing it. Toby Martin in last place, 22, 75,000. Well done, Toby. At number 21, Kevin Tasker, 130,000. Well done, Kevin. Ross, good friend of mine. I only briefly chatted to you at Revival, Ross. Need to catch up with you soon. It's got a really cool setup, actually. 145,000. At number 19, good friend of mine, Neil, 20-5. You probably know Neil if you follow 10 Pence Arcade podcast. He's always submitting his scores on that. Good score, mate, 146,000. Steve Roswell at number 18, 167,000. Good score, mate. Jimmy Retro's got his own YouTube channel. 189,000. Well done, Jimmy. Actually, sorry, I forgot to mention Sega Zombie. You're just below Jimmy, mate, I'm afraid. You've got 185,000, but well done for playing. I'm glad you've picked up a Super Nintendo, Scott, Sega Zombie, because now you can start playing his games properly. And then we've got Peter Squibb with 219,000 at 15. At number 14, David Playman. Who's David Playman? It's Retro Dave Nintendo. Got me totally off guard there, Dave. Honestly, I didn't know who the hell's David Playman. Well done, mate. Great score. 234,000. Sullivan Gill, another person, didn't know who the hell you were until recently. Soul. Everyone knows Soul. I'm not going to do the accent because I can't do it. But again, another person who enters loads of scores on a 10p arcade. 253,000. Well done, Soul. At number 13. And next is me at number 12, Nintendo Arcade. Again, I only got about a week to play it. I'm pretty sure I would have done the motorbike level, because once you get to the motorbike level, I didn't realise that you can rack up about 4 lives on that level, which would have transported me way into the next level, but didn't get that far. Gareth Kennelly at number 11 with 295,000. Well done, Gareth. Paul Buller, 314,000 at number 10. So you're right in the middle there, mate. Well done, Paul. Good average score. Well, these are not average scores. These are really good scores. Robin Manahan at number 9, 325,000. Now, God, you must be on to level 5 here. Ian Cullen, which I know is a really good player, number 8, 333,000. Well done, Ian. Roller Core. I thought it was Roller X Core. Is it just Roller Core with the silent X? I didn't realise. There's me pronouncing it Roller X Core. Well, he's got his own YouTube channel. Really cool guy. Met him at Revival. 373,000. Well done, Eddie. John Ball at number 6. Fantastic score, mate. 377,000. And he's a really big Super Nintendo collector. Cyber Snake 7. Man, Jay, you really nailed this game. 427,000. You came in at number 5. Top 5 player, Jay. You're pretty shit hot, mate. Honestly, really, really cool. I don't know how far you got in this game. You couldn't have finished it, but Clayton at number 4 with 497,000. Chris Blanchard at number 3 with 499,000, just missing the 500 mark. David Lightfoot, 521,583 at number 2. And I know, Dave, you finished it, didn't you? Because you put a score up. The deadline. What is the deadline? Well, I always said Sunday, because that's the day I do the video, because I've been running late. I've really got to set you the deadline for the next game. We will do that, and I'll make sure that is the deadline. So there was a little bit of confusion there. Otherwise, he would have come top. But top player for this week's Contra Free, Sean Tagg, from the Arcade Perfect Cop podcast. Well done, Sean. 532,000. That is an amazing score. Guys, absolutely brilliant. Well done. And thanks for participating in that game. It was absolutely brilliant. Amazing game to play. I think you all agree it's got to be in the top 10 Super Nintendo game of all time. Absolutely incredible. They just don't make games like that anymore, do they? So, moving on to next week's game. Now, as I said, we are going to swap things around a bit because I've started collecting for the Megadrive and the PC Engine. So this week's game in the 16-bit collecting series, or 60, I don't know what to call this series, I really don't, is going to be, turn that off, turn Blaster Master off. What's it going to be, guys? It is going to be an Obscurity, the game I picked up and showed you earlier. It is Subterranean, okay? Who's going to get the high score on this week? So you've got 2 weeks to enter your score from now. And the closing date is 12 o'clock Saturday night. which will be, God knows what, in 2 weeks' time, basically. So not this Saturday coming, but the following Saturday. I'll put it up on my Ninty Facebook page. Now, this game, I don't think, does it have a difficulty level? Let's have a look. It's got some cool music, guys. Listen to that. So we're going to options. Level normal. We're going to do easy. So it's set to easy, guys. Okay. And basically that's it. There's nothing else to it. Start game. There is a high score table in this, so you can log your scores. There's your score we set down here, and it will save your scores after you play level like a high score table you can take pictures of. I would prefer if you sent a picture of your score and not just send me the score, okay? Just so I know and other people can see you generally got the score, right? So that's it. That is the game. Next week's challenge for the Sega Genesis or the Sega Megadrive or the Japanese version, whatever you want to play. It is Subterranea, okay? Set on easy. 2 weeks, all right? Get playing. Get playing. Until then, look out for my other video this week. Until next time, take care, guys. See you on the next one.